I did hear you talking about DeVante Parker to the Patriots as they were scrambling to get my microphone up. And 2023 third-round pick from the Patriots. Now, it's packaged with a 2023 fifth-round pick that goes to the Patriots. You know, you have the little grains of sand to get that scale just right. Well, we'll give you a 3, but we want a 5 back and all that stuff. Not a bad deal for the Patriots to try to upgrade their receiving core. Mike Reese of ESPN.com suggested that it's the end of the line for N'Keal Harry in New England with the arrival of DeVante Parker, but we'll see about that. Miami now has 5 picks in the first 3 rounds of the 2023 draft, and Parker signed for 2 more years, and we'll see what New England can do. But, you know, people say teams will never trade in their own division. Well, sometimes it's a win-win, and it doesn't matter what division you're in. If it's a good trade for both teams, they'll do it.
Right. It is. I mean, the Dolphins, they had no need anymore. You know, with Tyreek Hill being there, Jalen Waddle, first top 10 pick from last year, Mike Gesicki, how many resources can you spend on the wide receiver position, right? If I'm not mistaken, Preston Williams is back in the fold, right? So that kind of checks the box for, hey, bigger outside type receiver on the roster. That works there. So from Miami's standpoint, yeah, I'm sure they looked at DeVante Parker a little bit as being expendable that way. And in New England, he fits exactly what they want to do. A little size, the route running, still has the ability to run by some people, but it's going to be all about, a little bit more about, hey, the technician, the preciseness and that. And that's where DeVante Parker, hey, he's a really good football player. Like I was kind of saying, Mike, and I know you know this too, health has been the issue with him. Just consistently staying healthy to where he can play a full 16-game, 17-game season. And that hasn't happened a whole lot through his career, but he's going to help out the Patriots for sure.
Lynn Bowden, Cody Core, River Craycraft, Devontae Dedmon, Tyreek Hill, Trent Sherfield, Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams, and Cedric Wilson. Those are the receivers.
And Cedric Wilson. I forgot about him, too. Right.
Yeah, picked him up from the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
You know what, though? There's something about this that fires a neuron from a few years ago. Remember when Stephon Gilmore became a free agent and he was being linked to teams like the Bears and a few others, and then all of a sudden in come the Patriots and they grab him. And I remember thinking at the time, I mean, they paid him market value, and they rarely do that for somebody who hasn't played for them, except for last year when they had all the money and no one else had any, so they just went out and bought everyone. But I remember thinking, wait a minute. Bill Belichick has spent 5 years, in the case of Stephon Gilmore, dealing with him twice a year.
Right.
So he's seen something at some point over the course of the first 5 years of Gilmore's career to make him say, yeah, I'll take that guy.
Right.
Same thing with Parker.
Agreed.
Especially when you look at Belichick being a defensive guy. He's seen something with Parker's ability to get open, ability to make things happen that has made him say, I want this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the third-round pick is a decent round pick, and yes, they get a 5 back too, so they're not giving up a ton. They're just dropping down 2 rounds with their pick, but still, they're giving up value to get this guy, and they're committing to paying him a significant amount of money relative to what other receivers on their roster may be making. So that would make me
a little nervous.
If I'm shopping DeVante Parker and Bill Belichick gives me a phone call, that would make me think, yeah, this guy has seen something. This guy thinks he can do something with this guy that maybe we haven't. But what else are they going to do? The moment they trade for Tyreek Hill and add Cedric Wilson, that's when a guy like Parker becomes someone you already make that decision. You're going to move on from him. And my guess is they probably tried to get him to a different team for that same package. I mean, you would send him out of the division if you could for the same package.
Right.
But, you know, the Patriots, they do the deal. And I can't help but wonder whether or not Bill Belichick says, I'm happy to get this guy because he could be a lot more than he ever was in Miami. Not that he was nothing, but he could be even more.
I agreed. I think he can be more. I think he fits. I think one of the reasons Miami looks at this and goes, okay, let's trade him or get rid of him is just they go, he's not really our cup of tea. He's not what we do as far as, you know, Mike McDaniel, Tua, we know it's bootlegs out in the flat. It's a slant. The guy's on the run, shallow cross on the run. You know, throw a jump ball up there every now and then. Do that. that's kind of what it is. New England, we know, is a little bit more about the exactness of the route running. And, hey, we want you to go 5 yards in and then put your left foot in the ground and come out on a 90-degree angle and, have your body in a certain way to where it's a precision drop-back passing offense. It fits New England. And, Mike, to your point, too, and I was kind of saying this before you popped on a little bit, was New England's fancied DeVante Parker ever since he came out in the draft. I know that for sure. He was always one of those guys. And then I think added to your point, they looked at him always going, hey, he's a handful for us to cover. He runs routes really well. He can run by you. He has enough explosive ability to go, oh, here he goes for a 50-yard bomb over the top. And then he's got the size to go along with it to catch jump balls and do that type of play at the wide receiver position. He tore their butts up 2 years ago when they upset the Patriots in week 17, right? To lose and then become the 3 seed, where Kansas City became the number 2 seed, and then New England lost the last week to the Tennessee Titans, right? The next week in the playoff game. If I remember correctly, Parker tore Gilmore up there too. So they have had a few firsthand experiences to what you're saying as far as how good the player is.
8 catches for 137 yards that day.
There you go.
12-29, 2019, week 17 of the 2019 season. That was back-to-back 100-yard games for him. He had 4 in all that year, 159
best year
against
of his career.
The Eagles in 2019. 7 years, as you mentioned, with the Dolphins. And it was funny because I remember when he was coming out of Louisville 1 year after Teddy Bridgewater, there was talk maybe the Vikings would try to get him and pair those two up again. Now Teddy Bridgewater goes to Miami, and a couple of weeks later, DeVante Parker's gone after Parker was there for 7 years. So I'm sure at some point those two discussed, hey, we're finally going to get to play together again, like Devontae Adams and Derek Carr, and that didn't last very long because enter Cedric Wilson, enter Tyreek Hill, and out goes DeVante Parker. And I think we mentioned that the day the Tyreek Hill trade went down, that
believe
makes
we did.
DeVante Parker a luxury that the Dolphins can no longer afford. You only got so many spots on the roster. You only got so many guys you can play. If he's not going to be in the rotation, what's the point of keeping that salary around, Chris?
Yeah, that's right. Keep the salary around. What you do, keep him, and he gets hurt late in the year or something like that. Now, oh no, you're stuck with them next year. I mean, there's just so many things that come into play here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.